And it's time, once again, for some more Death Stranding. Last time, we reactivated our first station, and now we have a choice. Well, we have 2 deliveries, but there's really one clear choice.
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
We can try fabricating some equipment, and that climbing anchor was very useful. So I'll definitely be making another one. As for ladders, we have 4 of them. I think we'll be fine. Auto arrange. Oh. And here are some orders for us. We'll go ahead and pick both of them up. I don't think we'll do both of them in one trip. And we can't forget to listen to the briefing.
Sam, if you're in the middle of a run and decide you need to secure your cargo temporarily or entrust it to another porter, you'll want to make use of a post box. In addition to cargo, post boxes can also be used to share gear and weapons, if you're so inclined. Now, I'm sure you've used them before, but humor me and build one. Maybe between Capital Knot and that way station. If you're lacking a PCC, I'm afraid you'll just have to scrounge it up yourself. You'll be delivering supplies for a Cairo printer. The distro center you're going to has one. First expedition set it up. On its own, it's no different from your run-of-the-mill 3D printer. Connected, though, it can utilize Cairo network data to reproduce all kinds of things. And you can imagine how handy that might be. Now, I know I don't need to tell you, but steer clear of any BTs you find out there. Avoid out's the last thing we need.
Sam, it's Hartman. Void outs occur when the living of our world come into contact with beached things. The reaction is similar to what a physicist would call an annihilation, when a subatomic particle collides with its antiparticle. Alas, there ends our understanding. Why do the dead transform into BTs? Why are void outs only triggered by human contact? And why are people like you able to return seemingly unscathed? No one knows. Yet it cannot be a coincidence that these phenomena were observed only after we discovered the beach and bridged this world and the next. Anyway, to reiterate, the only reliable means by which you can prevent a void out is to stay far, far away from BTs.
We will definitely be heeding that advice.
To build a post box, you'll need to use a PCC. It goes without saying, but if you're not already carrying a PCC, you'll want to fabricate one. Sam, you can use that PCC to build a post box.
Getting a bit heavy, but I think that's from the lost cargo. I think we got a different
Sam,
animation.
Assuming you've got your PCC in order, head to the site I designated and build that post box, would you? You should have no trouble finding it if you check your map and compass from time to time.
It looked like he was really struggling with the weight. But let's deliver lost cargo. Rebalance. I guess it's the rare metals weighing us down. Mostly. Well. The post box that we need to construct is very close by. Okay, I'll see the order details. There they are.
Inflicted.
It would seem that BB doesn't like to get wet.
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to. Sam, I see you've arrived at the designated site. Good. When you're ready to proceed, activate your PCC. Use it to build a post box within the area I... Good work, Sam. That's a fine-looking post box. If you access it and select Share Locker, you can share cargo and equipment with your fellow porters. Deposit a ladder and a climbing anchor, and I'm sure someone will eventually... You can use share lockers to exchange cargo with other porters.
So this is kind of like a leave a penny, take a penny sort of situation. So we'll go ahead and leave an anchor and a ladder because we have another. And can I move all of the ones that I selected? Oh, that worked. Still getting the hang of it. Now let's get out of this timefall before our cargo melts. I like this kind of passive cooperation. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Well, the thing is, we need to head in this direction anyway, so we'll make a stop and deposit the resin. No more timefall. I'm curious if the weather changes over time for a given area, or if it's just static. I don't remember it being this foggy. Sure, we'll take a drink. Now, I didn't...
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Looks like some... You can access the...
So let's see what we've been sent. There's some lost cargo. And we see people's Steam profile pictures. Ladder and resins. And we wanted to get rid of our resins. So we have to go here. Okay, no, we can't... It took me a while to understand. I guess we'll just donate it. I'm not really sure what we're supposed to do with these otherwise when we just pick up materials. There's usable materials. Maybe we can put that into our own cargo and it becomes available. Well, I think we're doing fine on materials.
Hello!
We're moving a little bit faster now. I think we can just follow the river.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
This way. We pick this up. It seems like when we cross halfway, that's when we start to really slow down. Half of our encumbrance, so 60 kilograms. And I was gonna mention about the stamina. So it looks like there's kind of a max stamina, and then there's the current amount that we've actually spent. And drinking the canteen replenishes the max. That's the white line. But maybe I've misunderstood. So I'm running now and that's depleting. If I hold my breath, yeah, it depletes beyond that and then recovers. Okay. So there's kind of two kinds of stamina. And this lets us see things without having to scan. Why are they red? I don't want to lose my elevation. Now, what is this? Oh,
Sam.
that's right.
Your cargo's been pinged. Move.
It's
now,
guys
before someone
with
has eyes on
guns.
you. Get to your destination ASAP if you don't want to get caught.
Perfect. I'm thinking that walking near that post was probably not a good idea. Well, now we know. And I'm just soaring over these rocks without tripping. And I don't even have to hold the balance buttons. So that's nice. Okay. It's looking like running only depletes our max stamina. I guess crossing rivers and holding breath are what temporarily depletes our stamina. Oh.
Mules gave you trouble, huh? Good thing it was raining. Even they know better than to mess with BTs.
You can see a little bit of a particle effect coming off the cargo, which is probably the timefall doing its thing. I'm not sure if I want to take that. Well, let's try it. We'll have to push our limits in order to know what those limits are. Ah. It's still weird to me that when I turn right, I have to shift weight left. We can even deliver lost cargo to these little post boxes, so that's convenient. People think of you as a porter who can be relied upon for basic orders, but with time and effort, you may one day be recognized as a true legend. You've reached miscellaneous grade 10. You will now receive more likes. Not quite sure yet what I do with those likes. Oil samples. Ah, there we're going over there. So we need to get down. It's interesting, I'm not pressing a direction and he's just kind of descending on his own when it gets steep enough. Sometimes he is. So we actually have some momentum. That is the warning that there's BTs nearby, and you can just make out some ghostly shadows. So I'm going to try to be very careful. The easiest option seems to be giving them a wide berth. But I'm not sure how wide of an area they span, so we'll just have to find out. Sometimes when you scan, you can make them out, but it's not very consistent. or I have to be closer. Flashing faster, we're closer to the nearest BT. Ah, we got a nice view of it there. Just to be safe, we'll go ahead and hold my breath. I still don't know what the radius is. Oh, uh-oh, there's another one. It seems I've mostly skirted the borders of the BT area, so I think we're in the clear. But I have been surprised in the past. There's even a little musical sting. That seems to be dynamic. I do like a dynamic soundtrack. As much as I play indie games and smaller games with a smaller budget, it is nice sometimes to soak in the detailed environments and sound design and just everything that goes into more of a AAA game, which I'm actually not sure if this is considered a AAA game. Because I know it is a new studio. It feels like a AAA game. It feels like it has very high production value.
Sam?
I don't know. Kid doesn't look so hot.
Nothing to worry about. Its functions are temporarily suspended, but they can be restored. I can perform the necessary maintenance at a distribution center. Hurry, though.
Autotoxemia.
When the strain on your BB exceeds sustainable levels, it triggers the production of harmful compounds, and the body, in essence, begins to attack itself. It's called autotoxemia. If your BB's not performing to spec, drop by your private room and see if the incubator helps.
Safe. I wanted to find out what happens if I don't grip for balance. Oh wow. Our stamina seems to go down a lot faster as we stumble. At least when we hit the yellow depth. And for some, maybe that little section with the BTs was not the most riveting stealth gameplay, but it was enough for me. At least within the first few hours of the game. we'll have to see what they actually do with that whole system.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit. Rest is advised.
Way station folks told me all about you. Sam Bridges, with the second expedition, right? The guy expanding the chiral network on his lonesome, when he's not out making deliveries. So what'd you bring us? Let's see it. Talk about above and beyond. Thanks. Must have had to pass through BT territory to get here too, didn't you? They weren't joking when they said you were a legend. Okay, it's time. Do you mind connecting us to the network?
Sam, as always, thanks for bringing more folks into the UCA.
Interview data. That's what I was looking for earlier. That's where we get all of the elaborate world building that I've come to expect from every Kojima game. And we will be checking that out. Maybe at the start or the end of every video, so
Looks like
people
we're on
can
the
skip.
chiral network. And with those materials you brought for our chiral printer, we can produce supplies for you here as needed. Think of it as our way of returning the favor. Now head west and keep on doing what you do.
Good. The distro center is on the network.
Sam, do me a favor. Take your BB to a private room and connect it to the incubator.
Good work.
Room is over here. Anything else? No.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
Dead man, you there? Little help?
Okay, Sam. Remove the pod and connect it to that incubator.
It's in.
Good. A temporary excessive stress. Easily addressed if we return it to its mother's womb.
Mother?
Located in the capital Knot City ICU. Braindead, of course.
You mean still mother?
Correct. A steel mother's womb facilitates a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. And you, in turn, connect yourself to a BB, granting you the ability to sense BTs. These pods were designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb.
BBs need to believe they're in one at all times to function properly. However, we can only maintain this deception for so long, which is why we must periodically update the environmental data by synchronizing it with a still mother via the chiral network. There. The update is in progress. Right now, the pod is synchronizing with the Steel Mother in Capital Knot City and reconfiguring its settings based on the latest data. Returning your BB to the womb in this manner will temporarily reduce its stress levels. That being where it technically belongs, of course.
Kid looks happy.
I'll try adjusting the oxytocin dosage. Autotoxemia should set in much slower from now on. You should remember that BBs are just equipment. Try not to get attached. Each one has been physically removed from its steel mother's womb. A process that renders them unpredictable and prone to failure. No BB on record has remained in service for over a year. It may need to be retired before this expedition is over.
And then? You saying there's no way to keep my BB alive?
You must understand, there is still a great deal we don't know about BBs. As we expand the chiral network and recover more past data, perhaps we'll find our answers. Oh, right. You asked me to look into why the BTs might be reacting to your blood. I spoke with Hartman. We should have your results soon. Anyway, get some rest. You and your BB are both exhausted. Good night, Sam.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard, still not chained up, still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
Sam, this is Hartman. Since you're awake, it might behoove you to freshen up. To that end, why not take a shower? It's good for the body and soul, and also my research as it happens.
Sam, this is Hartman. Deadman relayed your request to me, and I oversee BT research. I'll be taking a sample of your shower water in order to study the effects your bodily fluids might have on a BT.
Study other people with dooms?
Everyone in Bridges, myself and Mama. Results thus far are inconclusive. But you possess other singular qualities, being a repatriate as well. I must confess to a measure of optimism.
Processing fluids. Waste products. Chiralic. Dispensing.
There. Take the sample with you. Should the opportunity arise, try using it on a BT. I'm curious to see how they react. Who knows? It may even prove beneficial to you. There was an old research paper detailing the effects of bodily fluids from individuals like us on BTs. It is only by recovering these materials that we can unearth the knowledge of the past. Not just the Death Stranding, but also the mystery of your body's unique properties and even our doom's affliction. There may well be hope for humanity. Sam, I have no interest in rebuilding America. I want to recover the past. 5, 4, it's almost time.
2, 1. After you make your connections and nothing happens, then what? I said, then what?
Sam, sorry to bother you while you're taking a break, but I figured you'd want to hear this. Hell, maybe it'll help you rest easier. We received a number of messages addressed to you. I've not taken a look myself, but I gather they're mostly from your clients. You should see if they contain any useful information. Mail can be accessed via your cufflinks, as well as the terminal in your private room. There's something else I'd like to share with you. With the Chiral network, we now have the power to reclaim our past. Data once thought lost forever from every corner of America can be pieced back together from fragmented records. Our archives are still a work in progress, of course. But as we expand the network and integrate more way stations and cities, we'll be able to recover more and more information, such as the previous expedition's logs and reports. Everything they sent back was lost when Central Knot City was destroyed. Now, we've managed to restore some already, in fact. You can access them from a private room terminal or your cufflinks by selecting Archives. Might make for interesting reading.
So, the still mother... Braindead, of course. And now we appear to have some sort of weapon against the BTs, which we'll get to use on our next delivery. And while we're here, why don't we go ahead and check out those new entries? Sorry, Sam. Bad news. Thanks for delivering those rare metals, Sam. Everyone at the distro center really appreciates you coming through for us. I'm afraid I've got some bad news for you, though. That bike you saw outside, it's battery dead. You'll have to give it some juice if you want to use it. Only need to do it once, though. Auto charger should kick in after. Sorry if we got your hopes up. And, I've got some more bad news for you, too. You see, different facilities have to work together, sharing materials, so everyone gets what they need, and to make sure that everything that's produced gets put to proper use. That's why guys like you are so important. Without porters, the whole system falls apart. Whole world, even. Anyway, there's this guy, George Batten, over at the way station. He used to be a reliable porter, but lately it's like pulling teeth getting him to make even the simplest delivery. Keeps bitching about being scared or not having enough oxy or whatever. Always some excuse. Even when he does agree to make a run, he's liable to lose half his load en route. So yeah, that's why we're a bit short on materials at the moment. I'm sure you'll soon help us put that to rights. We're counting on you, Sam. George Batten, more than oxy. Sam the man, our savior. Things are looking up here at the way station. Everything feels better somehow. We were all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when we set ourselves up, but 3 years of isolation and loneliness will change anyone's tune. Hell, when we first got here, we were putting up signs for porters and whatnot, but after a while, some guys got too scared to even set foot outside. When Central went up, I told myself this was it. America's done. Everyone was feeling it too, and the mood was just bleak. And then you waltzed on in. I know what you're thinking. At first, I thought it was just the oxytocin, too. But that's not it. Not all of it, anyhow. You gave us the glimmer of hope we needed by bringing us into the chiral network. We're back in the game now. Been thinking of putting up signs again, even. Watchtowers, too. Before long, we'll be opening up new delivery routes. Mark my words. It's still scary out there, though. All the oxy in the world won't help us deal with mules, let alone BTs. We shit ourselves every time we catch sight of one, and end up dropping half our equipment. Honestly, a part of me is still a little worried that we won't be able to keep it up. And that's why we need you, Sam. You're not scared of anything, right? So go, show us how it's done. Now we have access to some interviews. And I think we'll go ahead and save those for next time. Gameplay tips. I don't think we'll be reading these. So that's gonna do it for Death Stranding for now. And I'll see you next time.
Sam, we've received a distress call from the distro center staff. Check the order on the delivery terminal as soon as you're ready.
And I'll see you next time, as Sam winks us goodbye.